Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles by Grace Ann Parsons. Chapter 8, Refreshing Honesty. Author's Note. Hello, friends. Things have finally calmed down a bit here at Fort Parsons, and I am so excited to share with you another new chapter. One thing I would like to talk about, though. Many people have called me a misogynist. That means woman hater. Friends, I do not hate women. I am a woman. Now, what is it that I've done to have people calling me this? Well, apparently it is saying that women are loving and nurturing and good. Right. How hateful. I'm just a mean old bigot, huh? Wait, wrong. That is not a bigoted thing to say at all. Now, it is certainly true that what is written in the Bible about women was used as an excuse to actually be hateful to women, and that is terrible. And there are some people out there who think that women are stupid or less than men. Friends, this is not what I believe at all. I believe that women have special gifts that are no less than men. In fact, I think that if womanly virtues were respected more, the world would be a much better place to live. And any of those so-called Christians who hate women and think women are stupid and worth less than men and that God doesn't respect us, well, they will all get a very serious talking to from a certain housewife, a winky face. Now, does that sound misogynistic to you? Harry Potter walked nervously over the table of Mr. Snape. The other little ones wearing red and yellow hats did the same. Mr. Snape silently stood up, and he motioned with his head for the boys and girls to follow him, and he sauntered out of the great hall. He led them into a small classroom with a few desks in it. He silently motioned for the little ones to sit down at the desks. They did. He stood up at the blackboard in front of them. "Welcome to Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles," greeted the older, but still handsome in a dignified, rugged way, amicably. The little ones all sat in respectful attention. "So you have chosen the Gryffindor hat?" Mr. Snape queried, and he raised his eyebrow. "Yes, Mr. Snape," chorused all the students together. "Well," Mr. Snape said, and he drew his tall, strapping form up to its full impressive height, "I would like to say that your choosing will make you happy, or that your lives will be easy, but I will not lie. There are dark forces in the world, and they do not like Christians. And when I say Christians, I mean Gryffindor hats. They love the Hufflepuff hats because the Hufflepuff hats believe everything these people say and slap the label Christian onto that philosophy. And so the Hufflepuff hats make it easier. The Ravenclaw hats, these people claim not to like. But then they pretend the Ravenclaw hats' extremism applies to all Christians, and so the Ravenclaw hats help them." Harry frowned confusedly. After the Reverend's acceptance of all hats, he wondered why Mr. Snape was addressing things so directly. He found Mr. Snape's honesty refreshing, but he also wondered, was the honesty also combined with the hate for the others that he had seen in Draco's hat? He thought that the other hats were wrong, but he did not want Mr. Snape to hate them for being wrong. He wanted to help them. And then, of course, is the Slytherin hats. The Slytherin hats will tell you we are all on the same side because they agree with the Gryffindor hats on some things. But do not be fooled. Their leader is working with Voldemort. A shocked and horrified gasp echoed through the classroom. Harry slapped his hands over his mouth in an attempt to contain his horror, but he was still shocked. His new friend not only worshipped a goddess, but he was now in cahoots with Voldemort? The little ones all gasped again. This time they were even more horrified. From the back of the room, a clean-cut, respectably dressed young boy raised his hand. "But what about the Constitution?" Dean Thomas questioned articulately. "Doesn't he care about the First Amendment?" Mr. Snape shook his head sadly. "I'm afraid not, and Voldemort is working through him and using them all. Before long, all of our freedoms will be gone." Dean Thomas raised his hand again and queried coherently, "But why does Voldemort hate Christians so much?" "No one knows," Mr. Snape responded tentatively. "However, he is on the move and he is gaining power, and we Gryffindor hats may be the only ones capable of stopping him." Harry was nervous, but he clenched his fist determinedly. He was scared, but he was ready to face this evil. End chapter 8. Author's Note. Blessings! As always, not a professional narrator, but I am an attorney, and I did do some serious legal writing on First Amendment religious issues, so if anyone wants a lecture on that, go ahead and raise your hand. I won't give it now. But until next time, listeners, thanks for sticking with me. Peace.